Hello and welcome to Monday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where I cannot tell you how hot it is here in the UK at the moment. We have a red heat alert. Basically, I mean, we're not used to it if it's more than about 18 degrees Celsius, and it is 37 degrees Celsius today. My body does not know what to do with itself, but hopefully my brain will. I'm going to attempt a puzzle by Derek LeClair called Rising Regions. I know Mark is a big fan of Derek LeClair, actually. Mark's done a couple of puzzles of Derek's on the channel before. I think this is my first Derek LeClair puzzle. And Mark thinks that Derek is getting better and better, so I'm looking forward to having a go at this. It's got a really cool idea for a rule set. It's to do with region sum lines, but the idea is the region sum lines sort of acting as a thermometer as well, which is appropriate today, actually, now I think about it. Anyway, and it's got 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty, and it's got admirers from the great and the good of the Sudoku world, including people like Codec, who is a very good judge of a puzzle. So we'll have a look at this together in a moment or two's time. But in the meantime, let me just trot through a couple of other things that are going on in and around the channel. Firstly, blueprints. We are back there tonight, 10 p.m. UK time. Goodness only knows how hot it will be then, because it's meant to be boiling hot all night as well during this whatever it's called, heat explosion. But yeah, we'd love to have your company. I'll put a link to it on the screen. It was kicking off last week in the Blueprints mansion, so I'm very excited to see what happens tonight. Fingers crossed, all the technology works. Also, you might be able to see on your screen a little counter. I've seen a couple of comments saying, what is that counter by Simon's Head? That is the countdown, hopefully the countdown towards 700,000 subscribers on the channel. Anything you can do to help us reach that total. If you do enjoy the videos and you aren't subscribed, please do consider it. We're trying to reach what would be an incredible milestone for us. Just an incredible milestone. And we really aren't that far away. What's that about? I don't know, 1837 or something. But it might fluctuate during the course of the video, especially if the video takes me a long time. But we'll see. Now, what else? Over on Patreon, the solution videos for this month's monthly reward. The Sudoku, it was the alien invasion, themed on aliens loosely, but those solution videos will be up very soon. So if you did get stuck, don't worry. There will be some videos to explain what was going on. And we'll also be drawing the winner in the next day or two. So if you're looking for the chance to come onto the channel and appear in a video, that will be the moment. And I've got birthdays to do today as well. Let me look at my list of birthdays. I've got 2 birthdays. Now I'm probably going to get the pronunciation of the first one wrong. Haljer, you're turning 36 today. And I know this because your husband, Arnbjorn, wrote and told me that you watch every day. So thank you so much for doing that. And I know you've got a T-shirt saying you're one of my favourite people, which you are. And apparently you drink your morning coffee every morning in a Cracking the Cryptic mug. Well, good on you. Haljer, I hope you have an absolutely brilliant birthday today. Many happy returns. And I hope you get some very heavily iced chocolate cake. The other birthday is for McLean. McLean's turning 39, and I know this because your mum, McLean, Dr. Lynn, no less, wrote to me saying that she's finding it difficult to believe you're 39. I think that is a tough thing, and she was telling me that you've just finished your master's in data analytics. So I hope that's gone well, and I know you're a great dad to your kids, Indy and Griffin. Was it Indy's birthday quite recently? I have a feeling Dr. Lynn told me that. I want to say that Indy turned 8, maybe on the 12th of June. If that was right, Indy, I hope you're watching this, and I hope you had some chocolate cake as well. I know you're husband of Kendra as well, McLean, and I hope you have a great birthday today, and I hope you and the family can find some very decent chocolate cake. And that's all the news. Should we have a go at Rising Regions by Derek LeClair? And let's see what we have to do if we're going to finish this correctly. We've got normal Sudoku rules applying. So we're going to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. The 3x3 box borders divide the blue line into segments. Okay, so let's see what that means. Let's draw some segments in. Now, the sum of each segment must increase from one end of the line to the other. Any two connected segments have no digits in common. On a black dot, one digit is double the other. That's a fascinating rule, isn't it? Let's pick two of these at random. Let's look at these. Okay, so I can immediately see that it's not going to be completely clear because we don't know whether it's increasing from the left side or from this side. But one of these segments will be bigger than the other, we can say that. And yet they have no digits in common because they are two connected segments. That's a very, very unusual and interesting rule, and that they are all the rules. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual, but now I get to play. Let's get cracking. So I guess the first job is going to be to work out which side of this line is the low side, if we can call it that. How on earth are we going to do that? There's a 2-cell segment there, so I suppose the maximum that can be is 17 if it was an 8-9 pair. Oh, but there's another. Oh no, there's two 2-cell segments. So does that? Hang on. We can't. Hang on. We can't have digits in common. Right. So what we should be doing is comparing consecutive segments. For example, and this might not be where we have to cut it, but I can see those cells. That's 8 cells. 8 different digits have to be in those 8 cells because they are in 2 sequential segments. Now, the triangular number for 8, i.e. the sum of the numbers 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 is 36. So I know that those two sum to 36. Yes, okay. And all right, so if we compare that to this side of the line, let's look at those cells. There are 5 cells there. Now, what's the absolute maximum those 5 cells could sum to? I think that's 35. So what I'm saying is if I populate these with the maximum and these with the bare minimum, we're in a situation where we're still in a case where the purple exceeds the green. So it's not possible that the line is increasing towards this end, because no matter how big I make green, it can't possibly exceed the value of purple. So at least we know which side. Oh, this is a terrible pencil mark, but at least we now know this is sort of the bulb, if I can call it that. That is the bulb of this line. So this is the lowest segment, and this is the biggest segment. And that segment, the purple segment, sums to at least 36. But we know that that segment is bigger than this segment, don't we? So this can't be an 18 segment, because if this was an 18 segment, given that the minimum total of these is 36, this would also be an 18 segment, and we wouldn't be increasing along the line. So that is at least a 19 segment. We can say that, I think, with certainty. So this is at least a 20 segment. And this must be lower than 19. Oh, although hang on. I've just noticed I've got another 8. Oh, hang on. Let's look at this, because I've just spotted something different. I've got another 8-cell segment here. So I can just recapitulate that logic. Well, right. The minimum sum of those 8 digits is 36. And again, this couldn't be an 18 segment, because if it was, this would also need to be at least 18, and we wouldn't be going up from one end of the line to another. So this is at least 19, and once this is at least 19, now this is at least 20. Oh, I can't. Hang on. How do I do that? 20. I can probably fudge it. Let's do that. So this is at least 19. This is at least 20. This is at least 21. Oh, that's not going to work. I'll do it like that. That's at least a 21. Now, see the problem with the other side of, okay, what's the minimum sum of the starting segment? That could be a 10 segment, couldn't it? If this was 1, 2, 3, 4. So 10 is the minimum, therefore the minimum of that's 11, the minimum of that's 12, the minimum of that's 13, 14, 15. So this segment is at least 16, and it's a 2-cell segment. So that's got to have a 9 in it. It's either going to be a 7-9 pair or an 8-9 pair, but it must use 9. 16. So the minimum sum of this is 17. And that works with this being, so it could be a 17 and a 19 there. That would be fine. Although, would it? Yeah, no. Well, it couldn't be 17 and 19, because then purple would only add to 36. Oh, no, 36 is correct. Sorry, that is correct. My maths was letting me down. So maybe I've got to look for a bigger segment on the top side of the line. That is a 7-cell segment. That is a 7-cell segment. The problem is 7-cell segments is they're not quite as powerful as 8-cell segments, are they? So that a 7-cell segment, the triangular number for 7 is 28. Yeah, but I can push that for, right. Okay, so what I should be doing there is pushing that to the start of the line. So I should be looking at this segment rather than these two segments. Now, if we look at those two segments, I can push the value of this one up, is what I'm thinking, because the minimum sum of those digits would be if I populated them with all the digits from 1 to 7 once each, so the segments would sum to 28. This couldn't therefore be a 14 segment, because if it was, this would also have to be at least a 14 segment, and the sort of putative thermometer wouldn't increase in value as we went from here to here. So this is at least a 15 segment, and that's good enough. Because if this is at least a 15 segment, we know this is at least a 16 segment. We know this is therefore a 17 segment, because there's no option. It's a 2-cell segment. We can't make it add up to more than 17. So that is, right. Okay, so it's actually true to say this is okay, hang on, I don't know how I'm going to exactly do this, but what I'm now thinking is that not only do I know this is a 17 segment, I actually, no, do I? Yeah, this actually is, sorry, I was just checking I wasn't going to get that wrong, but that is true. That actually is a 15 segment, because that was the minimum it could be, but also because this can't exceed 17, it's effectively the maximum. So that is a real 15 segment. This is a real 16 segment, because it has to be a segment that's higher than 15 but lower than 17. And now, well, now this segment is at least 18, but that works with this, doesn't it? Because if that was 18 and 19, that would be 37, and certainly this could add to 37. We know its minimum was 36. So this segment is now at least 14. No, that's nonsense. That's such absolute drivel. No. It's not at least, it's maxed out at 14, but it could be a lot lower. Or not a lot lower, because that's a 10 at least. So 10, 11, 12, 13. So this is only 13 or 14, because it must be at least 13 from this end. So there's actually, right. So the maximum of this 14, the maximum of that's 13, the maximum of that's 12. So the maximum of this 4-cell segment at the very start of the line is 11. So it's either 1, 2, 3, 4 or 1, 2, 3, 5, and it must involve 1, 2, and 3. Which this is really cool, this puzzle. These are exact. We don't know what this is. This is either 13, 14. It's either, no, this is either 11 or 12. I don't really know how to. It's either 11 or 12. This one, therefore, is either 12 or 13. This one is either 13 or 14. But 11 or 12 in a 2-cell segment, I think, is very. That's not very. Although, hang on, that segment there hasn't got a 1, 2, or a 3 on it because of that funny rule about not repeating. So that is. What does that mean? It means it can't have 1, 2, or 3 on it. So it's from 4, 5. I mean, let me just do that for it. Okay, it's not got 9 on it. I mean, this is all of the options, but if it had 9 on it, it would be a minimum of 9 plus 4. And that's far too big for it to add up to 11 or 12. It could be 8, 4. If this was 13. Yeah, it could actually be 8, 4. That would work because then 4 would be eliminated as a possibility from the segment next to it in box 4. But this could add up to 11, so it could go 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, etc. Okay, so, oh, no, I can't, no, this is an 8, 9. It's not related to this, even though these are in adjacent boxes, because we have to, it's the line segments, not the. Okay, so what about this end segment then? That is at least a 21. It would be much more helpful if it was, say, a 24 segment, which. Okay, well, those cells are 7 different digits. Right. So that is restricting things. 21. Right, huge. This is really interesting. Don't mock me. It's been done before. I'm immune to being mocked. Except by myself. I mock myself all the time. No, but seriously, let's think about this. I was thinking about the secret, actually. And I was going to share with you the secret of Sudoku, something that I've shared before with Haljer, I know. But the secret of Sudoku is that all 9 Sudoku digits, if you add up the digits 1 to 9, you get 45. Now, why is that interesting me in the context of this 7-cell, that 3 and that 4, which are 7 different numbers? Well, I know from the logic we've just been doing that these add up to at least, this is definitely, well, no, it's not definitely a 20, although I can prove now it is definitely a 20. This was at least a 20, wasn't it? Because this was at least a 17. So my 20 was a minimum, and my 21 here is a minimum, which means the sum of these 7 cells is at least 41. Now, that's fine. These could add up to 41 because they are 7 different digits, and we know all 9 digits add up to 45. So I could miss 2 digits off the yellow segment, and they could add up to 4. They could be a 1 and a 3. Now, how much latitude, though, is there, given that 2 digits must be missing? The lowest 2 digits I could miss from yellow are 1 and 2 pair, which add up to 3. So the maximum total of those yellow cells is 42, but we know the minimum is 41. Now, the reason that interests me is this one, because this cell, therefore, or this segment, could it be a 21 segment? If it was a 21 segment, this would be at least a 22 segment, and these 2 would add up to at least 43, supposedly missing 2 digits from the digits 1 to 9 of those 7 cells. It's impossible. You can't do it. So that is a 20 segment. and that is a 17. So those two are both correct as well. So the segments go 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now the thing about that is, well, this is slightly restricted. I think it could be a 21, but it could be a 22. It can't be a 23, because then there couldn't be 2 digits missing from yellow that sum to 2. That's impossible. So this is either 21 or 22. I don't really know how to show that, but maybe I'll do this. Now, what on earth do we do with this knowledge? So we know that this is missing a 1, because it's either missing a 1 and a 2 or a 1 and a 3. Oh, okay. Well, let's change. I'm not sure where to look at this, but there's all sorts of weird things going on now. Because of these sequential segment rules. So what I'm now seeing is, for example, these cells, there are 8 different cells there, and yet these 8 cells, we know the exact sum of them now. They're 19 and 20, which is 39, so I know that there's no 6 in those cells. Similarly here, I know those 8 cells sum to 37, so there's no 8 in those. Because obviously the digit missing is the digit that would take us from 37 up to the 45, the secret, which is the sum of all 9 digits. So, oh, all right. So purple down here does have a 9 in it, because we know it's only missing the digit 8. And the 9 can't be in those cells, because then it would be in a sequential segment. So the 9 is in those cells. And now there is no 9 in those cells. But presumably I need a 9 in... Yeah, yellow needed a 9. It's only missing a 1 and a 2 or a 1 and a 3. So now there is an... I don't know how to do that. I think I'm going to have to remember that this sums to 21 or 22. I need to pencil mark the fact that it's definitely got a 9 in it. And okay, let's do the trick with 8s again then. I worked out purple had no 8, but I know that this segment, that segment there, does have an 8 in it because it's only missing a 6. So that means there's an 8 in one of those. And now there's no 8 in this segment, which adds up to 21 or 22. So does it need a 7? Yes, because if it didn't have a 7, its maximum sum would be 5, 6, 9, which is only 20. So there is a 7 in there, which means there's not a 7 in here. Does that mean there's a 7 in there? Yeah, it's like, yes, this is a brilliant rule. There's more to be done with this rule. This is fantastic, Derek, but there's more to be done with this. This is really clever. I like the way the digits are bouncing backwards and forwards along the segments. So the fact that 7 is not in there allows us to ask where the 7 is in that segment, where there is a 7, because there is only not a 6. So that's got a 7 in it. And now this segment is known. It is 7912 because it's got to add to 19. So I'm going to get rid of my 19 now. And now, well, now I must know the exact composition of this 20. Because I know that it's not got 6 in it, it's not got 1, 2, 7 or 9 in it. So I just have to pick the other digits. 3, 4, 8, and 5. Now hopefully that does add up to 20. So that's great, that works. Let's get rid of that green thing. Now what does this add up to? depends. If it's... Oh, well, we know actually, because there is a 3 in it. So now we know that this is not missing 1 and 3. It must be missing 1 and 2, which means this is 6, 7, 9. 6, 7, and 9 add up to 22, actually, which is not what... It could have been 21, but now it can't. It's 6, 7, 9. And now 22. Okay, that's very interesting for that domino, because I now know what this domino exactly comprises. How do I know that? I'm just using the secret on box 6. I've got 22 plus 15, that's 37. So the secret tells us that these have to add up to 8 in order to get us up to 45. But it's not 2, 6 and it's not 1, 7. So the only way of doing that is 3, 5. That doesn't actually fix it. But now the 15 ought to be 8, 1, 2, 4. So this is done. And now the 16, it doesn't have a 9 in it. I know that. So, okay, hang on. 15 plus 16 is 31, and that's 7 different cells. So we know 9 different cells would be 45. So the 2 cells missing sum to 14, but they're not missing 8. So it must be missing 5 and 9. So these digits are 3, 6, and 7. And that is not a 3. And this one is now finished. Okay, now I must be able to get the 18 composition now, because these two, this was 19, wasn't it? So there's no 8 in here. So this is 4, this is 3, 4, 5, 6 is the only digits that are permissible. Or permissible is probably better, isn't it? So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, what was this one? We don't know, but it's not got 1 or 2 on it, so it's at least 3, 5, 6. So it is 3, 5, 6. It must be 3, 5, 6, because the minimum we can put on this line is 3, 5, 6, yet we can't have this line adding up to more than 14, and 3, 5, 6 do add up to 14. Now, the only problem with that, which it's fine, is it doesn't put any pressure on this segment, unfortunately, although it does take 3 off it. So this one was a 14. Don't know how to do that, because this one could have 1s and 2s on it and things. That black dot isn't 3, 6. It's 1, 2, 4, or 8. I mean, that might be... No, it's not, is it? That's not 3, 6 either, actually. This digit can't be 3 or 6. So the black... Let's talk about the black dot relationships in Sudoku. You can have... Because one digit is double the other, you can have a 1 and a 2. You can have a 2 and a 4. You can have a 4 and an 8. Or you could have a 3 and a 6. They are the 4 options. Now this one is not 3, 6. So this is from the 1, 2, 4, 8 family. And this bottom digit is not 1 or 2. So that's 4 or 8. So this digit can't be 1. And there is a 4 now on this black dot. There must be. So that isn't a 4. What about this? This one is an 8 by an arcane process known as Sudoku. In fact, this row is... Hang on, what's going... look at that. This digit is not 9 because of this green domino. So there's a 6, 7 pair in this row. So this digit is 1, 2, or 4. That digit is most certainly not a 3. If that was a 4, 8 pair, which was one of the things we were looking at earlier, this digit would be a 1 or a 2. Oh, bobbins, am I about to get badly stuck? I really hope not. I've been really enjoying this so far, and it hasn't been totally monstrous. I've got a bad feeling that I might be about to be getting stuck. Don't get stuck, Simon. Come on, use your brain. What do we have to do here? That black dot, I don't think it's under any pressure at all. Maybe it can't be 1, 2. It probably can't be 1, 2 actually, because that's going to push this too high. If this is a 1, 2 pair, then this this segment couldn't involve 1, 2, 3, 5, or 6. So it would be a minimum of 4, 7, 8, which is way too many. It's got to add up to less than 14. So that is not a 1, 2 pair. So it's either a 2, 4 pair, a 4, 8 pair, or a 3, 6 pair. And we know that digit is not a 4 because of the 4 on this black dot. So this digit is not an 8 or a 2. So if this was 2, 4, wouldn't this get broken again? Let me think about that. If that's 2, 4, this line is at least 1, 7, 8 again. Well, 1, 7, 8 isn't the same as 4, 7, 8, but it's still way more than 14. So this is not 2, 4. That's annoying. I almost took 4 out of this, but that could be 4 if this is 8. Ah, no, that's fine. That would work still. So this is either 3, 6, which would make this a 5. Oh, I was thinking that might not work up there with Sudoku, but that was because I was thinking these pencil marks meant there was a 1 and a 2 up there. But that's not what it means at all. That was the possible totals for this domino, wasn't it? Bother. Okay, so if this was 4, 8, then this couldn't have. It could still have 1s and 2s on it. That doesn't work. That's very strange, but it doesn't work. If this, okay, here's the question I want to ask is there an 8 in that domino? Now, if there is, it has to be 8, 4, because it can't add up to more than 12. So it's a 4, 8 pair. And now this has to beat a total of 12. So it has to add to 13. And the options available, the digits we've got available, are 1, 2, I don't want to get this wrong, 7, and 9. That's all we've got. And we have to add 3 of these digits to 13. There's just no way. You can't use the 7 and the 9 in the threesome. So you have to use the 1 and the 2, and then even if you add the 9 to that, you don't get 13. So there is no 8 in here. So this is really coming down. This is either... Oh! Well, whatever this is, this first segment, this first segment uses 4 or 5, doesn't it? Oh, well, that could never be a 4 and a 5. Can it? Yeah. Okay, so this indigo segment must use either 4 or 5. It uses whatever this one doesn't. And we know that because if this was 6, 7, it's too much. Because it would be 13, and then this would be 14, which would kill this one off. So this has got 4 or 5 on it, and a 6 or a 7. But, okay. So this can't add up to 11. That's weird. That's rather lovely, actually. Right. I think this tetromino piece, this L tetras piece here, how could that add up to 11? If it adds up to 11, it's 1, 2, 3, 5. Exactly. That's the only way of doing it. Which means these two cells now have to add up to more than 11, but less than whatever this adds up to, which is a maximum of 13. So this adds up to 12. And the only way I'm seeing from these options of doing that is a 5-7 pair, but you couldn't do 5-7 because you've used the 5 in grey. So there's no options available. So this grey is 1, 2, 3, 4, and therefore there is no 4 in indigo. And this adds up to 10, and this adds up to, it still could be 11 or 12. It must have 5 involved in it now. Can't be a 6-7 because that would break this one. So this is, that's great. Look at that. That's so cool. Right, this has got 5 on it, so this is not 5. So this particular cell is 3 or 6. So that black dot is not 3, 6 and is forced to be 4, 8. It's the only option we've got left over. Now this digit is not 4 or 8. So now this segment doesn't have, I thought that was a problem when we looked at this before. It now doesn't have 4 on it, or 3, 5, or 6. So I see, so it's 1, 2, 9, isn't it, adding up to 12. I think that's the only option it's got. Because if it only had one of the digits 1 and 2 on it, then it would be at least 1 plus 7 plus 8, which is way too many. So it has to use both 1 and 2, and it has to beat 11 here, which is the minimum this could be. So the only way we can do that is to make this 12, make this 11. And we go 10, 11, 12, and then there's a gap. We go to 14 then. But at least we've now effectively distilled all of the segments. We know what all the segments are. So in theory, we should be almost doing Sudoku to finish this. Now, if this is 5, 6, this is a 3. This is a 3. This is a 5. Are we getting a? Oh no, we're not getting a. We're not getting a 3 in the corner there. At least that's not 5. This 5, 6 is resolved. If that's 1, 2, 9, right, this has got to be a 4, 2 pair now, given the options. These are not 4. 4. Okay, so 4 in this yellow segment at the bottom is horizontal, which means it's not there, which is not either here nor there. This digit is not a 4 by Sudoku. We haven't put 1, 7, and 9 into row 3. Now, can we do better than that? No, probably not. That digit in the corner is a 1. It's a weird naked single. How do I know that? Well, if you remember, the yellow segment was missing the digits 1 and 2. But this digit sees the whole of the yellow segment. So it must see all of the digits 3 to 9 inclusive. And it can't be a 2 because of that cell. So that's a naked single. A slightly strange one, but a very welcome one. So now we've got a 1 in one of these 2 cells. We must be able to... oh, no. No, that's no good, is it? Well, I was hoping I was going to get a 3 in the corner, but I'm definitely not. And in fact, this digit by Sudoku is 3, 5, or 8. So it has to be 8, which means these are 3, 5, which means these are 4, 8, which means nothing. Okay, that didn't work. These are 1, 7, 9 up here. Oh, we know what those 3 are by Sudoku. They are 3, 7, and 8. We can't put 7 on a black dot ever. So this is either a 4 or a 6. And it's not a 6. So that's got to be a 4. That's got to be an 8. Therefore, this is 8. This is 9. These digits are 5, 6, 7 in box 4. So there's a 5, 6, 7 triple. That's good. That's useful. There's a 5, 6, 7 triple in column 3, which makes that digit a 3. that digit a 7. This digit at the bottom is a naked single 4 because it sees 3, 5 and 6 in that weird quadruple up there. So 4 comes out of those cells. I'm absolutely loving this. I think it's beautiful. Now the 7 in this 5, 6, 7 triple is in this domino, so that can't be a 7, which means this is a 5 and a 6, which makes this a 3, which means this is a 5, 6 pair. What does that mean, do you think? What do we need in box? We need 1, 9. Why isn't my scanning? Is it 1, 2, 9? Yeah, it's a 1, 2, 9 triple left over there. So there's a 1, 2, 7, 9 quadruple in the top row. So the digits we haven't put in the top row are 3, 5. This is 3, 5 and 6 apparently. So let's pop that in and see if this is 1. This must be resolved. That can't be, that's a 7, isn't it? Can't be 1 or 9. So this is a 6. Aha! This is not a 7 at the bottom of the puzzle. That's not Maverick, by the way, you can hear. That is a proper jet aeroplane, flying quite low, but not low enough to really count as a buzz past the control tower. Okay. So probably, oh, there's an 8 there. So this has to be a 4. So that has to be a 2. So this has to be a 1. So that has to be a 4. That's better, isn't it? A little bit of a win for the goodies. This row needs a 7. 3, 5, 4, 8. 7 is in one of those. 2 is in one of those. 2 comes out of this cell. 1 comes out of this cell. Okay, don't know how to finish that off. So let's try something different. Where's 8 in column 1? Only there. So 3 in column 1 has to be in this domino. So this isn't a 3. So this is 1 or 2. What do we need to complete box 7? 1, 2, 7, 9. There's a 1 in there, apparently, according to pencil marking. So let's see if that helps us. We've got this 5, 6, 7 thing, so these aren't 7. It's really close, isn't it, to being usefully fillable. 1, oh, there's a 1, 2, 7 triple. And no, I can't quite see my way through to do that. Oh dear. All right, let's try something different. 5. Where's 5 in the bottom row? It can't be in those cells, so that's got to be a 5. Does that help us? Where's 6 in the bottom row? That's also available. It's just sitting there waiting to be found. So this digit, well, what do we need to 7, 9, 2 to finish box 9 off? 2, 7, 9. And you think, so, okay, so there is a 1, 2, 7, 9 quadruple in those cells in row thingy down there. So 8 is in one of these two cells. 3, 5, 6, 8. So oh, that doesn't quite work. It's almost good, but I don't think I can quite do that. Oh, there's another 1, 2, 7, 9 quadruple there, actually. I think all those digits are just from 1, 2, 7, 9. So in that row, we need 3, 5, and 6. And this digit is a naked single that sees 5, sees 6. So that's a 3, which means that's a 3, that's a 5, that's a 5, that's a 6. Now this is a 6, 8 pair, which we can resolve, which means this is 8 by Sudoku. It's not giving up its secrets willingly, is it? We're having to work a little bit to get there, but that's fine. 2, 9, 1, 2, 7, 9. That 6 is giving us a 3 at the top of the grid. This is going to be a 6. This is going to be a 5. That's going to be a 5 by Sudoku. And now we need 9 and 4 into those cells. So let's pencil mark that. I was hoping that was going to be resolved, but I'm not sure it is. So this is not 9. And this is a 2. So that's a 1. That's a 9. That's a 2. These lose their ability to be 2s. These have lost their ability to be 9s. So that's 7. That's 1. That's 9. That's good. Look, in this row, 2 and 7 go in. So 1 and 9 go in. 2 goes here. 2 goes in the corner, right up there. This is a 1. It is giving up its secrets now. It is, I think. Keep giving up your secrets. Now, this is a 7-9 pair. That 2 is doing a little bit of work over here, look. How is this getting resolved now? Is it... Don't know. I feel like that flurry. Oh, look, in the bottom row, we've got a 9. Yeah, that's a useful 9. So that's 9, that's 7, that's 7, that's 2. 2 can only go in this cell now. So we've got 1s, 4s, and 8s left to place. 3. There's nothing... I don't think there's anything Sudoku-y left to do, is there? In terms of... I hope I've not made an error, because I've got a horrible feeling we're in the process of arriving at a deadly pattern here. It's... let's hope that's not true. Or... let's really hope that's not true. That's a terrifying thought. It can't be true. There must be a way through this. We might have to do a bit of colouring or something, but it should be doable from here, I feel. Famous last words. What's going on? Why doesn't this just solve at this juncture? Those are 3 and... Oh, this column's done. I was thinking this didn't look doable, but now it might be. So that's 6 now. That's good. So that's 5, that's 7. That's 6, that's 9. That's 9, that's 4. That's 4, that's 8. That's 1. That's 1, that's 3. That's 6, that's 5. This is a wonderful Sudoku puzzle. That is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Derek LeClair, a name I am going to be looking out for a lot more now. I thought that was fantastic. Original, interesting, lovely logic. I loved the way that once we sort of knew what the totals were, we could bounce the digits using the no repeat digits on consecutive segments rule. It was just gorgeous. That is a gorgeous puzzle. We're so lucky on this channel, aren't we? We are so lucky to do these world-class puzzles each and every day. Let me know in the comments how you got on with the puzzle. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.